Have you ever met someone who seems to carry an energy that can't be explained? A presence that makes you feel like they know something about life that most people don't? Sigma males are often described this way, not because of arrogance, not because of flashy displays of dominance, but because there's something unshakable in the way they move through the world. It's as if they have an invisible shield of awareness, strength, and intuition that keeps them 3 steps ahead of everyone else. What if I told you that this mysterious edge might be something more than just personality? What if it's an energy, call it spiritual, call it paranormal, that fuels their confidence and shields their inner world? Before we dive into this hidden realm of Sigma psychology, make sure to hit subscribe so you don't miss the deep insights we reveal in every video. Let's start with a simple truth. Most people go through life disconnected from their inner selves. They're distracted by noise, social media validation, comparison, shallow relationships, and the pressure to fit into society's molds. But Sigmas, they don't play that game. They operate on a wavelength that feels higher, not because they're born different, but because they cultivate something most people ignore, their inner energy. This isn't about crystals, horoscopes, or supernatural predictions. It's about a deeper connection to themselves and the world, a level of awareness that borders on paranormal because it seems to bypass logic. You might wonder, how does this energy give them such an advantage? First, it sharpens their intuition. Sigmas are known for reading people quickly and accurately. Ever notice how some people can't tell when someone's being fake, while others, like Sigmas, spot it instantly? That's not just intelligence, it's sensory acuity heightened by inner stillness. Most people can't feel the subtle cues, the hesitation in someone's tone, the micro expressions on their face, or the energy of insincerity in a room, because they're too distracted. Sigmas, on the other hand, are masters at sensing undercurrents. This comes from their ability to remain present, to step back from the noise and let their subconscious gather data others miss. It's almost paranormal in the sense that it feels like a sixth sense, but it's rooted in deep psychological awareness and a calm mind. Second, their energy is protective. Sigmas don't waste time in places or with people who drain them. And this isn't just about introversion. It's about boundaries enforced by a kind of spiritual radar. They sense when an environment feels wrong or when a person's intentions don't align with their words. They can walk into a room and feel tension before anyone speaks. It's not magic. It's pattern recognition on a level most can't explain, tied to years of self-reliance and the ability to trust their gut without second-guessing. This makes them nearly impossible to manipulate because they feel the incongruence in others long before it becomes visible. But where does this energy come from? Here's the secret. Sigmas cultivate it in solitude. Unlike extroverts who gain energy from social interactions, Sigmas gain energy from silence, reflection, and internal alignment. When others view alone time as loneliness, Sigmas see it as a ritual, a way to recharge and expand their awareness. In that space, they process life, sharpen their instincts, and connect to what feels like a deeper flow of existence. This is where the paranormal element comes in, not because they see ghosts or predict the future, but because their sense of reality goes beyond the 5 senses. They trust in signs, gut feelings, synchronicities, things that many dismiss as coincidences, but Sigmas interpret as signals. This heightened perception doesn't just help them avoid traps, it gives them an edge in making bold moves. When others hesitate, Sigmas act, not recklessly, but decisively, because their inner compass feels locked on course. They don't seek validation, so fear of judgment can't paralyze them. They don't crave approval, so failure doesn't define them. Their strength feels otherworldly because it's rare to see someone live so deeply aligned with who they are and where they're going. And this alignment generates energy. Call it charisma, presence, or something paranormal that draws people in while keeping manipulators out. But let's not mistake this for arrogance. Sigma energy isn't about superiority, it's about authenticity. While others wear masks to please the world, Sigmas shed them. This makes them unpredictable in a society that thrives on patterns. People who live by social scripts can't understand someone who refuses to play along, which is why Sigmas often seem mysterious or intimidating. Their inner strength radiates quietly, like a low-frequency vibration you can't hear, but somehow feel, and it disrupts the false confidence of those who rely on appearances. This energy also makes Sigma males remarkably resilient. Life throws storms at everyone, but most crumble because they rely on external structures, relationships, social approval, or financial security for stability. Sigmas build their strength from within. When the external world shakes, they stay grounded because their core isn't built on sand. It's built on self-trust, inner stillness, and a willingness to face discomfort without running from it. This is why they bounce back faster than most. It looks like luck or fate, but it's really an internal force that borders on mystical. Now here's the fascinating part. Other people feel this energy even if they can't explain it. Ever notice how some individuals command respect without raising their voice? Or how their presence alone shifts the mood of a room? That's Sigma energy at work. It's not loud, not flashy, but it's undeniable. It's why manipulators can't get a read on them, why fake friends hesitate, and why even strangers instinctively know not to test their boundaries. It's as if the Sigma male has an invisible aura that says, I see more than I reveal, and that unnerves anyone who thrives on deception. Of course, some might argue this is all psychology, nothing mystical about it, but isn't psychology itself a kind of mystery? The human mind is still one of the least understood frontiers. The ability to sense intentions, feel subtle vibrations in behavior, and remain deeply attuned to one's environment. These are skills that, when honed, appear supernatural to the untrained. The Sigma male has simply taken human potential to its edges, where reason and intuition merge, creating something that feels paranormal because so few people live this way. What makes this even more compelling is how Sigmas use this energy, not to dominate, not to manipulate, but to navigate life with quiet precision. They don't seek conflict, but they won't be outmaneuvered. They don't flaunt their strength, but they radiate it in ways that make people think twice before crossing them. They're like human lie detectors, reading between words, sensing hidden motives, and staying 10 moves ahead without uttering a single threat. And yet, perhaps the most powerful thing about Sigma energy is that it's teachable, not in a step-by-step by-my-course way, but in a discipline-driven, self-discovery sense. Anyone can start to cultivate the habits that give Sigmas their edge: self-reflection, solitude, intuition training, and boundary mastery. The difference is, most people won't, because it requires detaching from the noise of the world long enough to hear their own frequency. That's why Sigma energy will always seem rare, almost paranormal, because it takes courage to walk away from conformity and live by inner guidance. So the next time you wonder what makes Sigma males so different, remember, it's not luck, not just personality, not even pure psychology. It's an energy born from self-mastery and sharpened by intuition, so powerful it feels otherworldly. And maybe, just maybe, it's proof that human potential goes deeper than we think.